Hello. In this vlog, we're going to be talking about the power rules. There are three power rules related to exponents. First, we're going to discuss when we have the case where it's a power raised to a power, as we can see here. If we have terms with the same base with exponents, we multiply them together, the powers add. Now this is something different. We have one base, but we're raising a power to a power. Then we multiply these two exponents together to get our new exponent. Okay, it's the power to a power rule. Pretty simple. This is the case where we have like x squared to another power. So a power raised to a power. Let's go to our next example. Sometimes we have two things that are multiplied together, 2 times a or 10 times y. We have a parentheses there, and then the exponent will apply to both things in the parentheses, like here. So 2 to the fourth, if you multiply it through, it's 16, and then a to the fourth. Now B example is a little different. So as you can see, we have x to the fourth raised to the fifth. Now this is the power rule again, inside the power to a power. We multiply the 4 times the 5. Five times 5 is 25. Or 5 to the fifth power this is now. Let me think about this. Well, okay. The third power is 125. The fourth power would be 625. Now, times by 5 again to get the fifth power. Well, I'll write it over here. There you go. I was trying to figure out 5 to the 4th. I knew that, 625. Now I did multiply it by 5 one more time to get to the 5 to the 5th. I don't have that one memorized. So I multiplied by 5 and got 3,125. And then x to the 20th. Now example C is still a little different again. See what we had. We had 3 multiply the quantity 4a squared. Okay, raised to a power. So the power for 3, the third power goes to the 4. So 4 to the 4 cubed, and then we have a squared times 3, another power there. It's a to the 6th. The third and last rule we have is going to be, we'll show that next. So here we have two numbers that are our quotient, or a division problem. 2 divided by 3, we have x divided by 3. We can have any number a and b, and that b cannot be 0 because dividing by 0 is forbidden. The math gods will come get you. So now we have a over b to the m power. You just move the m over inside the parentheses where it becomes a over m over b over m. As we can see here, we have 2/3. Now, we move the 5th power inside the parentheses. 2 to the 5th over 3 to the 5th. We're going to leave it there. We're not going to go ahead and multiply it out and reduce a fraction, but it'd be for a different vlog. Right now, we're going to leave them here. We could reduce a fraction, but we're not going to. All right. Now, b. We have, it'll become x cubed over 3 cubed. Remove the 3, the third power, inside the parentheses. We have a power of a product here. 2 times p. We're using the 4 within there. 2 times 2 to the 4th and p to the 4th. At the same time, we have a quotient rule here, where we have q to the 4th. So 2 to the 4th, it's a negative 2 to the 4th. It becomes a positive. So watch what happens next. As you can see, I multiplied negative 2 to the fourth out, so it became, it's negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, and then times negative 2. 4 negatives become a positive. We have 16 p to the fourth divided by q to the fourth. Now you know the three power rules. With the multiplication of powers, we have the power of a product, the power of a quotient, and the power of a power. Thank you, and see you next vlog.